Hello, freshmen. Hey, Pastor Kyle here. Uh, our assignment this week is very different than it has been in the last few weeks, and so I want to walk you through it. So today is day 108, Romans study chapters 8 through 11. Put your name up here. All right. So if you're watching this video and you haven't opened your Google document that's part of this assignment, please do so you can follow along. All right. This week will be a little different. I'm going to be assigning you one written assignment, and then I'm going to break you into 4 groups of 10 each, roughly, for some chat room discussion after you've completed the assignment. So this assignment is going to be starting this morning, and it's going to be due tomorrow night, Wednesday, before you go to bed. All right. You're going to be writing out a couple of things here. So I want you to read chapter 8 or listen to. So right here, I'm going to provide you a link to listen to it if you want to, especially some of you Skills Center kids who really enjoy having it read to you guys. You hear it better, you learn better. Totally awesome. So I'm going to provide a link for that for each of these chapters, okay? And so I'll provide that link here. You can go through each chapter and listen. I want you to do one at a time. So read Romans 8, and then I want you to give me a title for Romans 8, your own title. And remember, not the title that your translators give you in your Bibles. Be creative and do your own. Sometimes you can use 10 sentences as a title if you want to. Sometimes you'll get creative enough to use maybe just one. I just want to know that you've read it, you understand it mostly, and that helps me. And I also want you to do a 3-sentence summary. 3. Everybody say 3 sentences, because you guys are giving me like one sentence sometimes on these summaries, and I had to dock you for that last time we did this Romans 5 through 7, okay? So don't do that. 3 sentences. All right, so for each one, makes sense? Read Romans 8, do that part. Read Romans 9, do that part. Read Romans 10, read Romans 11, do that part. After you've finished Romans 11, here's what I'm looking for. After you've read through that, ask me one question about anything from Romans 8 through 11, and here's what I'm looking for. These groups that you see below here, I'll get to in a second, but we're going to discuss your question in the Meet link that we have. And so make it a good question. It could be an L3, but it can also be, hey, I just really have always wondered about this. Or, hey, what are the different theologies about this? So, for example, this passage is often referred to by a lot of Christians as a passage where Calvinists will say, this is our proof of our theology, okay? Equally so, those who aren't Calvinists will use this and say, no, this disproves Calvinism. Calvinism is simply this. It has to do with salvation and how salvation happens. And there's different opinions on this. Some say God chooses you and you don't have anything to do with it. The thoughts and the faith and everything about you and your Christian walk was basically placed in you by God himself, and he chose you. You didn't choose him as an individual human being. The other side of that, and there's a lot of different sides to this, so don't try to think of Calvinism versus what's often called Arminianism, which is another guy's name, all right? 500 years ago, they battled together about who was right, and they stuck with these names, all right? There's a lot of places in between what would be called Arminianism, which believes you choose God, and it's all about you. Salvation relies actually quite a bit on you. And so there's a lot of places in the middle, all right? People in the middle that are kind of like me are guys that are going, hey, there's a little bit of both going on here, faith and grace, all right, that happen here. God first, God provides the way to him. We see that path that we decide to accept or reject, okay? There's a lot of folks right there in the middle. This passage deals with a lot of that, and it can be kind of confusing. So I want you to write a question, not necessarily, though, about Calvinism. There's other things in here, okay? So, but if you're curious about Calvinism or Arminianism or all the places in between, you can ask me a question about that. Totally down with that and discuss it with you. There's 42 students in our class, so we're going to break up into groups. So on Thursday, so you have to get this assignment done Wednesday night. Okay, this is all mandatory. Don't be late with this. You can join a group, but you won't have a question because you haven't done the assignment. But it's mandatory to be there on these one of these 4 groups on Thursday. If you can't be at one of these times, just let me know, and you and I will do a one-on-one chat with your question. All right, no problem there. But I think it'll be a great time with us if we can limit it to 10 in each group. So here's what I want you to do. The Meet link, if you haven't seen it before, it's on the Freshman Bible page. I'll take you there right now. You go over here, and you see it right here. All right, there's your Meet link. You just click that at the time, and you'll jump right into the meeting. All right, back over here to the assignment. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to choose what time you prefer, and the sooner you turn in this assignment, the greater the chance you have of getting into this group, because it's first come, first serve. So let's say I get this assignment done on a Tuesday at noon. All right, now don't rush, because it's not the point. My guess is if you get this done by Wednesday before dinner time or something, you're going to get the group you want. All right, but here's the deal: finish the assignment, and then I want you to say, I would like, for example, Group B. And I say here, highlight your preferred time in red and make it bold. That just means highlight it, make it bold, hit red. Okay? Do this before you submit your assignment, before, at the end of after you've done all these questions. All right? First 10 students for each group based on when you turn in the assignment, so get it done, will get that group. If you are the 11th person, you and I will work out a different time. I'll try and get you in another group because I don't want more than 10 in each one, preferably. All right. We do have 42 students, but 2 are kind of AWOL right now. And if they join us, awesome. We'll just make 1 or 2 groups 11. That's no big deal. All right. Hopefully you all understand this and you're ready to roll. So get going on this assignment. Have fun with it. I pray for you guys as you read through these things. These are some awesome theological things. A heads up for you, next week we will do Romans 12 through 16, which is all the application based on the first 11 chapters of Romans, all right? So Paul has been all theology for the first 11 chapters, these first 3 assignments. Then he's going to get into chapter 12. He starts getting into how then you and I should live based on the truth of the first 11 chapters, all right? But let's stay here for now. This week, it's Romans 8 through 11. Have fun with it. I love you guys. I miss you guys. Look forward to seeing you on Thursday in one of these groups. All right? God bless you. I'm going to take that back off there, clean up this assignment, and schedule this to be posted at 8 a.m. on Tuesday morning, so you guys are all set. God bless you. Take care.